Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English, and this is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we shall have the discussion of the important questions from the very famous poem titled Sunderbans by Sushil Mandal. This poem is in the syllabus of second semester Bcom BBA Generic English NEP syllabus, Bangalore City University. So with reference to your textbook, we are going to solve the questions. And these questions, as per if you go through the question paper, the part one here refers to the 1 mark question where you need to answer in a word or in a sentence. So the very first question we have here from the poem Sunderbans: what can a tourist find in the Sunderbans? Tourists can find tigers, crocodile, hental, sundari trees, and the mangrove. Secondly, who are unnoticed? The marginalized, impoverished local community are unnoticed. What attracts the tourist? Tigers and the wildlife attract the tourist. I should say tiger. The phrase "the man-eaters" here refer to the Royal Bengal tiger. Then what happened to Haripada, Subal, and Fateh Ali? They are killed by the tiger, by the man-eater. Then who is the speaker? Who is the speaker waiting for, and why? The speaker is waiting for the minister to visit in the hope of bringing positive change in the Sunderbans. Why does Subal's wife commit suicide? Because she could not bear the pangs of hunger. So these are the 1 mark questions. Now we have 5 marks questions here. What are the difficulties faced by the localities in the poem Sunderbans? The poet highlights the plight of the downtrodden through the speaker. The speaker is questioning the tourist, asking him where he is from, who sent him in the Sundarban jungle, and why he has come to Sundarbans. The speaker then responds that everyone comes to see the tigers, there is a Royal Bengal tiger, but nobody cares about the people who are living here. Nobody cares about the problems of the inhabitants of Sundarbans. The speaker then takes on the role of a tourist guide, describing the beauty of nature, the world-famous Royal Bengal tigers, crocodiles, various trees of the mangrove forest, hental and sundari. Further, the speaker compares and contrasts the plight of the people of Sundarbans. The tourists write about the colorful leaves, the beauty of nature, and so on, but they turn a blind eye to the people of Sundarbans, where black bodies are unnoticed, particularly the Dalits. Their children literally fight for food. This demonstrates the children's pitiful living conditions, which include a lack of food and lack of education. They are struggling to feed themselves. He reflects on how their lives have remained untouched by the ink and unnoticed by both by the public and the government. They are struggling with the orange peels thrown by the visitors. They have to eat such kind of food. They are killed by the tigers. They are killed by the tigers, by the natural disasters such as cyclones, flood. So the speaker begs, he says, our stomachs are full with the brine water from the flood. So these are the problems faced by the localities and inhabitants of the Sundarbans in the poem. Second question: how does the poem portray the conflict between human beings and tigers? Very important question, or we can also call it as a human hypocrisy. The speaker ironically asks the visitor by whom he was sent to Kolkata. He says that the tourists come to have glance of tiger, not the inhabitants of these jungles, not the people of these jungles. They witness crocodile, hental, sundari trees, mangrove, and they write poetry on the colorful leaves. He reflects that their lives always remain untouched. Their lives always remain untouched by the ink and always remain unnoticed by the people as well as by the government. They struggle with the orange peels thrown by the visitors. The poet comments on the fascinating feelings of people when they witness tiger, the royal tiger. But no one knows about the people who become the victims of those tigers, and the people like Haripada, Subal, Fateh Ali. They already become the victims of tigers. Tigers have already killed them. Subal's wife hanged herself last year because she could not bear the fangs of hunger. They waited for the minister, and the minister promised that the Sunderbans will transform. The speaker requests, the speaker pleads, the speaker says, our stomachs are full with the brine water from flood. This is the irony, this is satire. The speaker has rightly commented, saying that we wait for the minister to come. He came once year ago, promised Sundarbans will transform. We beg you, sir, go tell him kindly. Our stomachs are full with the brine water from flood. So we can say this is the human hypocrisy. So now we are moving to the 10 marks question, and we have here these important questions. How does a poet bring out the plight of the downtrodden people in the poem Sundarban? And comment on the elements of satire, the project of saving tigers, sidelines, the issues of loss of human lives. So all these questions, I'm going to give you one simple common answer, which is going to solve all these questions. And hopefully this question's answer will help you in the examination also. So the answer begins like this. The poem Sundarbans portrays a very poignant and critical picture of socio-economic and environmental struggles faced by the people of the Sunderbans. The dialogue between the local speaker and a visitor from Kolkata highlights many issues. So the very first issue is here neglect and invisibility. The line says, all come to see the tigers, but no takers for us. Here the speaker laments that tourists and outsiders are more interested in the exotic wildlife, particularly the Royal Bengal tiger, than in the lives and the struggles of the local people. The line, only we, black bodies, are left untouched. Here, the locals, which are described as the black bodies, feel overlooked and disregarded. Their existence and hardships go unseen by those who visit the region, for who visit the Sundarban for its natural beauty and wildlife. So neglect and invisibility. Second issue is here from this poem, poverty and desperation. The line, our children, poor scavengers, scuffle with the orange peels you have thrown. So this imagery of children searching for scraps shows the extreme poverty and desperation faced by the local community, the inhabitants of Sundarbans. The contrast between the visitors' discarded orange peels and the children's need highlights the economic disparity. The line, tigers fascinate you? No, the Royal Bengal. This fascination with the tigers is contrasted against the blunt reality of the locals' lives. The exotic appeal of wildlife covers the everyday struggle of human survival. Third issue we find in this poem, tragic loss and suffering. How the line says, the man-eater guzzled a lot. Haripada, Subal, Fateh Ali, how many shall I count? So Haripada, Subal, Fateh Ali, they are killed by the man-eater tigers. This tragedy conveys the dangers the locals are facing. Subal's wife hanged herself last year, could not bear the fangs of hunger. What we could do? This tragic event highlights the extreme desperation caused by the poverty and the hunger. The suicide of Subal's wife is a powerful symbol of hopelessness and the unbearable burden of living in such dire conditions. And the last issue we find here, unfulfilled promises and hopelessness. How the line, we wait for the minister to come. He came once, year ago, promised the Sundarbans will transform. The poem addresses the unfulfilled promises of politicians. The locals are promised for the change and the improvement that never comes. This shows the politicians' betrayal. The last line, we beg you, sir, go tell him kindly, our stomachs are full with the brine water from flood. The final plea to the visitor to convey the message to the minister emphasizes their desperation. The metaphor of the stomachs being full of brine water from floods portrays the dire situation they face with natural disasters, intensifying their suffering. So these are the issues which have been portrayed in the poem Sundarban. So friends, this is how I try to solve, and I can also let's also conclude saying the poem Sundarban is a powerful commentary on the social and economic marginalization of the Sundarban's inhabitants. While outsiders are drawn to the region for its wildlife, natural beauty, but local people they tolerate poverty, danger, and neglect. The poem highlights the tragic losses due to the wildlife conflicts, the extreme measures taken out of desperation, and the empty promises of political figures. It calls for recognition and action to address the reflective challenges faced by the human population living in this unique yet harsh environment. So, friends, this is how I try to solve the important questions of the famous poem Sundarbans. Hope you like this video. Click on the like button, share the video to your friends, and subscribe my channel if you're not yet subscribed. Look into the description box. You'll find all the videos, links, all the lessons summary, all the lessons question answers, important grammar, last 2 3 years question papers, model question papers, solutions you'll find here. If you have any queries, any questions, you can mail me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay in tune with Mukesh English and wish you good luck for the forthcoming examination.